श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदाहृते श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्युद्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। व्यासं वशिष्ठ नप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुखतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. The Vishnu sahasranamam is so powerful that it grants us several benefits. In fact, today's sloka is going to be one of the most beneficial for the sick, for the people who are ill, for those who are having health problems. So all that we will come. It is sloka number 44. However, even the Palashruti which we enjoyed just now, Artha Vishanna Shitilascha Bhitaha Goreshu Chabhyadishu Vartamanaha Sankirtya Narayana Shabdamatram Vimukta Dukkha Sukhino Bhavantu. Sukhino Bhavanti is one, Bhavantu also is acceptable. So people may be in grief, people may be in distress, people may be having mental health, people may be having confusion, or having it terrified by the horrible diseases. They are affected by the disease, and if they only sing the name of Narayana, Sankirtya Narayana Shabdamatra, even the Shabdam, even the Narayana Shabdam, even they recite, if they sing, if they do the Nama Sankirtana, they become rid of all their problems, all their troubles, and attain happiness. Vimukta dukkha sukhino bhavantu. They will get rid of their dukkam, the grief, the sorrow, and they will be rid of all troubles, and they will attain perfect ananda, bliss, happiness. Happiness is not the happiness that you and I think of. It is the everlasting, eternal happiness, which is Vaikunta Prapti. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmanava prakrite swabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. Whatever I do, under the influence of this prakriti sambandham, because of our karma vasana, whatever I do, with my body, with my word, with my speech, with my thinking, by mind or by sense organs, by intellect, whatever I do, I offer all that at the feet of Narayana, Sriman Narayana, the Supreme Lord. So, when you think of this, Kayena vacha manasendriyava buddhyatmanava prakrite swabhavat, buddhi, mind, sense organs, body, word, whatever, the thoughts, whatever I do, think, speak, I offer to Sriman Narayana. When you do that, when you offer, you would not do harm, you would not think evil, you would not plan to do some wrong things, wrong actions. Anything is for the Lord. Then you would do nothing against the Shastras. So, Sriman Narayanayeti Samarpayami. So, with that we will do the 44th sloka. Vaikunta Purusha Prana Pranata Pranama Pratuhu Hiranyagarpa Shatrugno Vyapto Vayuradokshajaha. Pranama Pratuhu is one word, one teaching. Pranava Pratuhu in another one. Pranama and Pranava, both are right. So Vaikunta means remover of sins, remover of obstacles, to unite the soul with the Lord, with the Supreme Lord. Vaikunta, Purushaha, the purifier. He is the Purushan. Pranaha, he is the vital prana, the life breath. Pranama Pratuhu. Pranama is one who deserves to be performed pranamam. Pranamam is namaskaram, the worship. The one who deserves to be worshipped is pranama. Pranava, he is the pranavam. He is that sacred pranava mantra. Pratuhu, he is well known. He is supreme, he is well known to each and everyone that he is the Supreme Lord. Hiranya Garbha, one who delights everyone's heart, one who enchants everyone's heart, one who makes us feel happy when you think of him. Shatrugnaha, he is the destroyer of enemies. Shatrugnaha, the one who removes the enemies, one who banishes, the slayer of the enemies. Vyaptaha, one who is full of affection, full of preeti, love, vatsalya, compassion, daya. Vayu, Vyaptaha Vayu, the one who moves like a Vayu, like the air, towards the devotees. Like a gentle breeze, he comes and embraces us and hugs us. Whenever you feel that the air coming to you and you get a gentle breeze embracing you, you should feel that the Lord is coming and embracing you. Because it is He who moves, and He who moves towards devotees. Nammalvar says, Agalil Agalum Anugil Anugum. When you go away, He will go away. When you take one step forward, He will take 100 steps forwards towards you. Atogjajaha. Atogjajaha means He whose prominence does not get diminished. His quality, His vaibhava never ever gets diminished, unlike us. We always decay. Once you reach your 30, 40, then you become decaying. Because the deham grows until certain age and it becomes sariram, it becomes decay. You become old, then you drop off like a leaf. So, Vaikunta Purusha Prana Pranada Pranama Pratuhu Hiranya Garbha Shatrugno Vyapto Vayuradokshajaha. So, just dwell upon this meaning. Vaikunta Purusha Prana Pranada Pranama Pratuhu. That first line is supposed to be so powerful for the ill, for those who suffer, for those who are bedridden, or those who are not well, having illness. This sloka needs to be recited many hundreds of times. Then they become well. They will become healthy. But Perumal will take care. I read a few years back that a family which always recites Vishnu sahasranamam in the evenings together, one of their head of the family, maybe in his 70s, he was ill, he became bedridden. So they went to Kanchipuram, they went and prayed to Mahaperiyava for blessing the soul, the old man, with the best of health. They prayed to him. So His Holiness mentioned that you recite this sloka. You all recite Vishnu Sahasranamam every day, but you recite this sloka continuously, uninterruptedly, one after the other. Even if one wants to take a break, natural break, or wants to go have food, the other one can keep reciting, so that it's continuous. He will become all right. So they all took turns and they were reciting this sloka again and again. Within 3 days he got up. He became all right in few months. So it's such a powerful sloka. So Vaikuntaha means remover of obstacles. Sri Parasara Bhattar mentions that derives the meaning from the root Kuti Gati Pragate, obstructing the path. Thus Kunta means obstacles to union, obstacles to uniting him at Sri Vaikunta. So those whose obstacles have been removed, the obstacles to Bhagavan are what? Nothing but our papams, nothing but our karma. So He is the remover of our karma. Because of our karma, we are having the illness, the problems, the grief, the sorrow. Because of our papam, karma, we are also having the happiness. If at all we think that there is some pleasure, little pleasure that we have, it's also because of our punya, which is nothing but a golden cage. Once the punya gets dissolved, again we go back to counting the papams. So one who regulates those that tend to go their own way. If left unobstructed, the papams and the punya will influence on us. So Bhagavan controls this. He is the remover of all the sins by getting us rid of the obstacles to reach Him. So Vishnu Purana also mentions that He is the one who is the Supreme Lord. He is the one who accepted Mahalakshmi to have her in his chest as a place for being in his chest. Agalagillen irayumendra alarmel mangai urai marba. So Bhagavan is called Vaikuntaha himself because he had Vaikuntam as his place of residence. Vaikuntam is also that which removes the illness. Vaikunta Purusha, Prana Purusha. Purusha means this nama also occurred earlier. So, but here this nama means Puru Shanoti iti Purusha. One who gives in plenty. He gives. One who existed before anything else. Pura Asti iti Purusha. One who existed before everything else. Purayati iti Purusha means one who completes and fulfills existence everywhere. Puri Sete iti Purusha, one who is reclining in this body in support of the above. So Sava Ayam Purushaha Sarvashu Purshu Purishayaha, Shankaracharya mentioned from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He is indeed called Purusha who lives in all, who lives in every body. In all the bodies he lives. So Divya Prabandham also says, Venditrellam Tarum Yen Vallal. Thiruvaimadi Nammalvar says, Yenakke Tannai Tanda Karpagam. He gives everything. So Purushaha, Purushottamaha, he is the Purushottaman. So then Pranaha, he is the very vital air. He is the life breath. So here, that which gives, that which sustains life. He is giving prana to everything in this world. He is also the prana for all devatas and for all his devotees. Krishna says, they may think that I am their soul, supreme soul. But for me, they are my Uyir, they are my soul. Aham sacha mama priyaha. He causes the movements. So, yen aviyai naduve vantu iyakkolhindra nathanai, Thiruvaimadi says. Narpal ayodhiyil vaazhum sarasara mutravam narpalu kuithanan nanmuganar petta nattule. He is the Rama, took everyone and everything to his lokam. So, he is pranaha, pranamaha. So here pranamam or pranavam both are there. Two different teaching. Both are correct. Pranamaha means the one who is fit to be worshipped. He who makes others bow to him, perform anjali, perform namaskaram, fall at his feet. Dandavat pranamams. So Sashtanga pranamam. Here, he who deserves to be worshipped because of his Kalyana Guna, because of his character, because of his supreme lordship, he makes others before him. They say, Vedanta Desika mentions that in his Kiritam, one can see the Devatas, either the Devas, the Rudran, the Brahma, Devendra, Agni, everybody's Kiritam. The Kiritam's dust particles are there at his lotus feet. There is no one else fit for us to worship. That's why Nammalvar mentions, Ottar Mikkar Ilayaya Mamaya. There is no parallel to him. Why to talk about superior? And alternate nama is Pranavaha. He who is the Pranavam himself. He who is praised immensely by the Pranavam. So, this is what is talked about in this. This is considered the verbal representation of Bhagavan, the Pranava Swarupi. Prituhu, well known. Prituhu means he is famous, he is well known, and he is known by everybody, whether it is the enemy or the Asura or Rakshasa, even the Maricha. When Ravana went and approached Maricha, who was in his ashram in the forest, Ravana went and asked Maricha to go in the garb of a deer, golden deer, to distract Sita Pirati. Then Sita Pirati will ask Rama to chase, and I will go and abduct Sita. So Ravana strategized. Maricha mentions that I always think of Rama, because when I was there with Tataka, Subahu, Marichan, when Vishwamitra took Rama Lakshmana, when Tataka was killed, the Maricha was chased away that time when he was so young. Since then I have been so scared of Rama. Wherever I see, I see only Rama. If somebody says Rava dosa, Rava upma, I get scared, because the letter Ra makes me shiver. So please do not send me to Rama again. I can never survive the next attempt by Rama. Ravana says, if you don't go, I will kill you. So then Maricha accepts, because he would like to be killed by Rama himself and not by the evildoer Ravana. So he is well known by Rakshasas, Rishis, people, human beings, Devatas, everyone. Hiranyagarbha, he who delights everyone's heart. He who has got a lovely abode, Paramapadam. He who has got a lovely Divyamangala Vigraham, the body. It is Subhashrayam. To look at, it is so beautiful. When you look at, your papams get dissolved. So it is both Shubham as well as Ashrayam. It is both good to look at as well as it cleanses us. So better to look at that and get cleaned ourselves. Hiranyagarbha, Shatrugnaha, the slayer of the enemies. He is the one who subdues by his arrows, who subdues us, because the Ravana, the mind is compared to Ravana. The 10 heads compared to our Pancha Karmendriyam, Pancha Jnanendriyam. Sri Shankara gives the interpretation that he is the destroyer of the enemies of Devas. So when one meditates on him, our senses can be controlled. Our Pancha Indriyam can be controlled. Our mind, Ravana, can be controlled. So that the slayer of enemies, the enemies are within ourselves. That can be controlled. Vyaptaha, he who is full of love, affection, vatsalya. He is always with Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi blesses us with her kataksham. Vayuhu, he moves towards his devotees. We saw. He himself goes seeking his devotees, wherever they may be. I am reminded of a beautiful anecdote which happened to an 8-year-old boy in Tirumala Hills. An 8-year-old blessed boy. So he was from a small village near Tirumala Hills in the Andhra Pradesh, and in his lifetime he became such a great devotee. The boy was born in a Brahmin family. Being traditional, his father performed Upanayanam at the age of 7. The boy, Upanayanam means going near to God, act of leading us near, Upanayanam. It's an important samskara. So after Upanayanam, he is supposed to do regular Trikala Sandhyavandanam. After that, he is supposed to recite Vedas, learn Vedas. But he was more interested in singing, always singing, jumping with joy, playing, going around the vacant places singing. Temples, nearby temples, he will go singing. Over a period of time, it became an intense worry for the parents. They were so afraid of him going vagabond. He is not studying much, not paying attention, always going singing. So with the passage of time, He neither became studious, nor he was well behaved. He became 8 years, 9 years. So they gave a sickle. Sickle means the quad, the ayudam to the paddy field. And because the parents go and do some work in the field, along with hundreds of others, he also started going to the field to work. So, like a arival, to remove the weeds. So the poor boy did not say anything. He went with the sickle to the katti of the arival, to the greeneries, to remove the weeds, to remove the grass. So he was going on, but he would just stop and start singing. His father would scold, the mother would smile. So, but when he looks, he would behave that as if he is working. So one day what happened? The sun was hot and everybody was busy. Suddenly he became quite mesmerized in singing. By mistake he cut his finger, means the small cut on the tip of the finger, and he started bleeding. He yelled, he was crying, but nobody was listening. They were all busy working. Suddenly he saw some hundreds of devotees in the nearby road going with the name Govinda, 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 Venkataramana, Govinda. Like that they were walking. So he was pulled, attracted by the singing, by the Nama Sankirtana. He also jumped. He forgot his wound, the bleeding finger. He threw away the sickle and started following at the age of 8. He just followed them, and they were walking. He followed them for next half an hour, completely oblivious that he was following him, losing track of where he came from, and he started following one among the crowd. There were few children also. So ignoring his pain, he started following. He never thought a bit, didn't wait a moment. He started moved with utmost bhakti. He was so crazy with bhakti because they were all singing, and that is his cup of tea. So he was also doing. And they reached one mandapam, and then they took few moments of rest and started going. He also walked. But all others were not wearing any footwear. They were not wearing any slippers. Only he was wearing a sandal, which he didn't notice, nor they did notice. They did also not notice. After an hour, he was feeling hungry. He was feeling thirsty. So he could not much keep pace with the crowd. They all had left. But he was pulling himself, dragging himself. After some time, he lost them. And he could not further continue because of his hunger, because of the scorching sun. He fainted. But he kept on singing Govinda, Govinda, Venkataramana, Govinda, all that. But Govinda, Govinda came whenever he was conscious. He started, whenever he opened his eyes, he said Govinda, Govinda, but then he will fall unconscious. After a few moments, he was thinking, why nobody is coming? Why Govinda is not coming? He pulled his strength and shouted Govinda. Then suddenly he heard Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Mahavaha. So this is Sri Sukta. It was coming from the temple, because the temple was nearby, Tirumala temple. He had already climbed. Suddenly he saw one motherly figure lifting him and placing his head on her thigh. And he started giving in a small container milk. Amma, who are you? Please forgive me. I am unable to know who you are. I am unable to see you. But your voice is so musical when you say, drink. May I know who you are? Mother gently smiled. She said, I am your mother. And the boy said, no, you are not my mother. You look different. He said, my name is Padma. She is none other than the Padmavati Thaiyar, the divine consort of Lord Venkateshwara. So whom I am the consort of Venkateshwara, whom you call Govinda. It is he who sent me. The boy quickly got up, prostrated, performed pranama. Pranama pratuhu, that pranam. Ayushman Bhava. Listen to me. The entire range of Tirumala hills are filled with millions of Shaligrama stones. So you should never go up the hill with the sandal and walk. So remove your sandal. This is Shaligrama Archamurti. The deity is made of Shaligrama. So the boy immediately removed his footwear, kicked them away into the valley, quickly closed his eyes. He could not withstand the sudden appearance of Mahalakshmi. Then when he opened his eyes, she was not there. Then he pulled himself to the sanctum sanctorum, and then and there he started singing. Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayakan Bhagavan Sri Venkatesh Swami Varu. He went inside the sanctum sanctorum and he was having goosebumps. Mayur Kuchariyar. He is the one who sang Brahma Mokate. He is the one who sang Brahma Katikina Padamu. He is none other than our saint Annamacharya, who later became known as. This is the true life story of Saint Annamacharya. So he is the one who moves towards his devotees to, if they have their bhakti. He is the one who comes to us, who does not get diminished because he is adogjacan. He never ever gets diminished, even though he is enjoyed by us. When we enjoy an apple, when we enjoy an ice cream, that gets diminished. When we enjoy ourselves, our life gets decayed. But he never ever gets emptied. He never ever gets diminished. Because he is Karpaka Vriksham, the Vriksham, the tree that is soft, tender, sweet, can be hugged. The tree cannot be hugged, but he is the Kalpaka Vriksham which can be hugged and enjoyed. Adiyan Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Adiyan Namo Venkateshaya.